Can I go to the sleepover?
I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Welcome everybody to this week's News Graphic Sports Show. We are at Great Crossing High School, site of this year's Toyota Classic Final, which will be this Saturday, and we call it the 26th annual Toyota Classic. And we missed one of the annuals last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but technically the last tournament was in January 2020, so we'll say it's happened every year for the past 26 years. It's at two sites as it was 2 years ago with the opening of Great Crossing in 2019. The Warhawks will now host the final game on Saturday at 5:30, but the tournament begins on Wednesday. There are 4 girls teams, Scott County and Great Crossing, joined by Franklin County and Simon Kenton. And then on the boys' side, a very competitive all-Kentucky field, including the 2 local schools, 3 Lexington teams, Frederick Douglass, the defending champion, Lafayette and Lexington Christian, along with 3 from all around the state, West Jessamine, South Laurel, and Holy Cross Covington rounding out the field. The boys' games begin. There's 1 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, and then semifinals Friday, and the championship, plus the 3rd, 5th, and 7th place games, all on Saturday. Wall-to-wall action at both gyms. We'll be posting the schedule on our social media platforms, and hopefully you can get involved, be part of the silent auction. We will post a link to that as well, as the schools really use this as a big jumping off point for the next year's budget for all their athletic programs. So please do support both Great Crossing and Scott County in that regard. We spoke to Scott County girls coach Steve Helton as well as Great Crossing boys coach Steve Page about their thoughts on this year's tournament, what they think the future of it is, and how excited they are to get back to it after missing a year. Let's hear what they had to say.
You know, obviously we were going to do it early in the season last year, but COVID got us. We had a great field last year lined up, and we've got a pretty solid field this year. So I think early on, you know, playing 3 games in 3 days, you know, when we're fairly deep. So, you know, it's good for us. You know, hopefully by the time we get to Saturday, if we can get a couple wins, maybe get to that championship game. And
ready or not, you know, it's going to be most teams' second week of their season, and you know, really good competition on both sides of the ball.
For the teams that are in it, it's always great to, you know, if you can compete for a trophy. At the end of the day, we're all trying to compete for whether it's district or region or state. We're trying to get a trophy, so it's nice to compete for one early in the season and give your kids a carrot to go after, you know, even early.
There's no games off. I mean, it's survive one game, get ready for another battle, survive a day off, and then get ready for another battle. You know, it's 3 really good teams that we'll be facing that, you know, and we've seen them for a while. I mean, we've had a history of Simon Kenton. We've had some incredible battles here. Obviously, you know, our Franklin County game, there's some history there. And then Glenn, you know, I'd rather see him early, that way I don't have to think about it later. And, you know, the great job that he's done at Great Crossing and those kids coming in here. I'm glad we get to play back over here this year, at least one game. We get caught up and we talk about it. We say, well, we did this last year. No, we didn't do it last year. And I lose sight. You know, I think, you know, right now, last year we weren't playing yet. We were still trying, or maybe we played a game or 2. There was a lot going on last year, and for the Toyota Class to be back for this community, and that's what's so key. That is the heart of this community for so many years. I believe it's going to be the 26th. You know, and now the 2nd year that we've had it at 2 facilities. So it's definitely a lot of work and a lot of support that our community, we're so appreciative of for all of our athletic teams. It's not just basketball. We've got other teams working the event that'll benefit for their seasons as time goes on.
I graduated from Scott County High School in '88. I remember when the Toyota Classic sitting, there were so many people there in the finals. I had to sit in the cafeteria because I got there late to watch the game. So it's one of the best tournaments in the state. So it's awesome now that it's at 2 schools, you know, with the ability to have it both places. And, you know, in a perfect world, I think the organizers would like us in Scott County playing at 5:30 on Saturday, and we're fine with that as well. It's good for the community to have us, you know, to have us playing. So that's, you know, when we do it every year, that's going to be our goal for both of us.
That's all for this week's News Graphic Sports Show. I'm Cal. Thanks for joining me. Next week, We're looking to get back to the wrestling frame of mind, and we've got a lot of other winter sports around too. We're looking forward to December and January exploring those as well, and certainly lots more basketball. So hang in there with us. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the other side. See you on the sideline.